Yo, 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Hey, good morning, TJ Envy.
Charlamagne the Guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday, and we got a bunch of special guests joining us today. I'm going to be out in Bahrain.
Nobody asked you that.
I'm telling you that.
Bahrain is where you're going to be.
Bahrain?
FYI.
How do you say it again?
Bahrain.
It
Bahrain.
sounded like you said you'll be giving brains. You'll be somewhere giving brains.
You've been kinky all week, man. I don't know what's wrong with
It's
you.
his life.
What's going on? You know what? Never mind. Today, Jamel Hill will be joining us.
Yes, Jamel Hill. She's launching a new podcast called the Unbothered Podcast on Spotify. So that's what she'll be here discussing this morning.
And also, Steve Wilkos will be joining us.
You know his Steve Wilkos show.
That's
former
right.
security from Jerry Springer, been on TV for 12 years with his own show.
And not just the former security, but he also used to be a cop
Yes.
in Chicago, and he was a Marine.
Right, so we'll talk to all of them. And get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
What's up, man? Spooky from Arlington, Virginia.
Spooky. Get it off your chest, Spooky.
What's up, DJ Envy, Uncle Charlotte, Miss Yee?
What
How
up?
y'all doing? Good morning.
What's happening?
Just wanted to get off my chest, man. I just found out my baby mom, my ex-wife baby mom is pregnant with another man's child. We just split up 3 months ago.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. It's jacked up. I'm a Cancer like you, Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like, we sensitive.
Yes. Emotional.
Emotional, all that. I tried everything in my heart to, get over it. Like, clean the car, get shoes, shop. But I can't seem to get over it. And I just want to, it's funny because I still got love for her. Like, even if she's going to have another, because I'm saying, we lost a baby together. And we have another child with each other. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? My son, he was 4 months old. We lost him. When he was, you know what I'm saying? He passed away. And, I felt like, damn, I thought we were never going to split up. And what I'm trying to say is, it just hurts. Like, damn, man, man, can you at least wait 6 months? Damn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what that usually means? She was over you a long time ago, bro.
Yes, sir.
It was over a long time ago.
Yeah,
you just
women
didn't
break
know.
up before we officially break up.
Yeah, man. She been emotionally checked out from you, bruh.
All right.
Pick your heart up off me slow,
right.
my G.
man.
I felt that heart drop to your toes just now.
That's the feedback I needed. See, everybody, it's just funny, though, when you break up with somebody, why everybody want to talk crap after the fact?
I ain't talking crap after the fact. But we didn't know. You probably wasn't telling nobody how things were in your relationship when y'all was together. But now that thing's over, you letting everybody know it wasn't all good.
Yeah, it was probably over a long time ago, bro.
Right.
All right, man.
Well, here's the thing, man. Take pride in the fact that good poom poom is with somebody else now. At least you know somebody else out there is happy. You know what I mean?
Stop it. Where you from, bro?
I swear, I'm going to smack the fire out of you when I see you. Now I'm playing on that.
I'm playing on that.
You're a little crazy, man.
You be all right, bro.
He's a little nutso.
All right.
All right, bye.
Damn, poor guy.
Love y'all. Peace.
Love you too,
All right
man.
now.
Love you like that new guy loves your girl.
I'll stop it. Hello, who's this? Mika.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mika. Get it off your chest, mama.
I was just calling. I wanted to shout my mother out. 6 months ago, we found out she had stage 4 kidney cancer.
Oh.
And this last week, she told us that they said since December, they found this in her hip as well.
Damn.
You can get cancer in your hip?
Yeah, they said it's in her hip. Yeah.
Damn.
Shout out to your mom
I'm
for being
sorry.
a survivor, right?
Absolutely. He
Yeah,
right.
she is. I just want her to stay positive and know that she's going to beat it.
All righty, mama.
Thank you.
All righty. Hello, who's this?
This is Karen.
Hey, Karen. Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Hi, I'm so happy to be talking with everybody on the line. DJ Envy, Angela, Yee, and Charlamagne.
Hey.
Hi, I'm so excited. I listen to you guys every single day. The Breakfast Club is my alarm clock at 6 a.m.
Okay, we appreciate that.
I love your show. Nobody can call me. Nobody can talk to me until 10 a.m. every single day.
That's what it is.
I love hearing Good Morning USA. Yo, 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 yo. And with that being said, I would truly appreciate it if all of you could get to work on time every single day.
With that being said,
we've been doing pretty good,
she said,
too.
with that being said,
No need for us to lie to you.
No, we've been doing good this whole week, last week.
And at the start of the year, you guys were on point. I loved it. Maybe like 2-3 weeks in, everybody started taking vacations and having events.
That is not true. Not true. Stop lying. I haven't taken a vacation. Well, you know what?
Yes,
I
you
did take a
have.
couple days
Yes,
in
you have.
February.
You took a couple days in February.
Needed a little
I'm
mental
actually
health
going on
break.
vacation tomorrow.
Yeah, he's taking a couple of days this month.
These are my first 2 days off this year.
And I didn't take no vacation. Even when I was on the road, I went to work.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. Sometimes we got to take some time for our mental health. Or at least for me, mental health breaks every now and then. You know what I mean? That's all.
And we have vacation days. We got to use them.
I absolutely love it. Charlamagne, I love the fact that you're bringing mental health awareness to the Black community. I
Thank
know
you.
so many people who suffer and have no idea what's going on with themselves. And you saying it on the radio every single day is making people more comfortable talking about it.
Well, thank
And
you.
it's
I
changing
appreciate
lives.
that. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for calling, Mama.
All right. Y'all have a great day. Thank you.
I'm really looking forward to this vacation. It just made me think about that.
Oh, my goodness. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So you better have the same energy.
Britt, get it off your chest, Britt.
Good morning. Hey, y'all.
Good morning, Mama.
Okay, so here in North Carolina, I do taxes. And when I do taxes, I always tell people, hey, you can pay me after. I have no problem with that. But when people get their freaking money and they tend to pay me when they want to, it becomes a problem. And it's really working my nerves.
Who owes you money?
Who don't? I done did someone taxes 2 weeks ago, and they still ain't paid me.
So wait a minute. You do people's taxes and you say just pay me when you get your money back from the IRS and they never come back?
Right.
Damn.
So my husband going to have to pull up, hop on, and pop out.
So why not do contracts with people? Do contracts with people and they won't play with you like
That
that.
don't mean that they still gonna pay you though.
Right. So next year, I told them, I said, if it's not nobody that I trust, I'm not doing it for them.
You should take can you take their credit card information when they do their taxes?
Yeah, take their money out
their
the refund.
bank-
Is that possible?
No, they actually give me an account number to put it in their account. So if I'll be wrong if I put my account information in.
Yeah, you know, you can't do
No,
that.
you wait. You better get your money. How long you been doing taxes?
About 6 years.
Oh, yeah, you should have figured that out by now. I'm sorry, Mama.
Well, you gotta make people pay before you.
Oh, they just stop paying you this year?
Yeah, it was like 3 people that came new and then they wanted to procrastinate.
Damn, they getting over on you,
I
Mama.
know when you get your money.
They gonna need you next year when it's time to do them taxes again, so they gotta pay up.
Hello, who's this?
Natalia.
Hey, Natalia. Get it off your chest, Natalia.
Yes, I'm calling because I'm originally, first of all, I want to say good morning to you all. Good morning, Charlamagne.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Angela, yeah, that was me tweeting you the other day, but I've been trying to get through to you all. But anyway.
Oh yeah, you made it through finally.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm calling to tell my story about Black love and how love exists. I'm originally from North Carolina, from Goldsboro. However, I moved to Florida, and Charlamagne, they are crazy down here. I moved to Orlando about 4 years ago. In 2017, I met my boyfriend, Terrell, on a dating site called Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
About
Plenty
3
of
months
Fish.
Yeah.
It's a popular dating site.
Is it? I don't know.
About 3 months into our relationship, I found out he's a twin. Him and his twin brother were adopted. They had no recollection of their family, what their last name was, what their mom name was. And so as we started to grow, I felt as though if we ever had kids, I would want my child to know, where his father came from. So I decided to reach out and try to figure out what we could do to try to get his information about his adoption. So long story short, we reached out to the agency. They told us it was going to be a month before they were able to gather all his information. They got back to us on a Monday, and I think it was June or July. And because I was staying in Sanford at the time, I didn't get to Orlando to pick up the information until a Friday. I looked over the information. I saw that there were names in the booklet. So what I did was reach out to one of the names in the booklet, and I wrote them a message. I wrote the same message to 4 different people with the same name, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to get in contact with my family. Literally 10 minutes later, they hit us back and was like, yeah, we know your mom, we know your brother. And literally the next day, we found his brother, we found his sister. He has a brother that was in prison at the time overnight, and they had told us they had been using Ancestry.com to try to find him for over 20 years.
Wow.
And next Thursday, his brother that we met in prison will be coming home after serving
Damn, that whole story, her phone died. Well, congratulations for finding that.
Oh my God, that's an amazing story, though.
Absolutely. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up at any time.
I thought she was going to say that it was like her brother or something she found out.
Oh. Well, we didn't get into the story, but we hoping it's good. All right. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Jamel Hill.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
A lot of congratulations in order since the last time we saw you.
I know.
That's right.
Let's see the ring. Oh.
The engagement, of course.
Congrats.
You got named Journalist of the Year by NAB.
Nab J.
Nab J. Oh, you say the J? I thought the J was solid. The J was solid. I really did.
The National Association of Black Journalists.
Okay.
Which was dope because I was in Detroit.
Yeah,
they actually honored you, and you're from Detroit.
Mm-hmm. It was very dope, and I joined NABJ actually when I was 16, and
really?
I joined it in Detroit. Mm-hmm. So that was the first time the convention had been there since I was a teenager, and so for me, joining NABJ was life changing.
You know what I find very dope about you? The fact that you worked for such a big company at ESPN, and everybody like, oh, why would you ever leave ESPN? There's nothing after this.
Right.
And I feel like your name is bigger than that now.
Well, that's a big compliment because ESPN is, still in terms of sports media, is still the premier destination. But I just felt a pull and a calling to do more and to do something else. There is a different sense of freedom that I have now that I didn't have before.
Did you have a plan? Was it a plan? It was like, this is the plan I'm going to follow? Or was it one of those things where I'm just going to make it happen?
I had a plan. I had sort of been thinking about life after ESPN for a while. Like, at least, it's like in a relationship, they always say that by the time you actually break up with somebody, that you've been thinking about it for at least 6 months.
Especially women, we've been broken up.
You know what I'm saying?
So
we left the relationship a long time ago.
Yeah.
You ain't even dating us no more. You dating like our clone. Like
Well, tell me fellas how they know, because they don't know what's going on.
Definitely two for women.
They're still
I
bringing
just
you
so caught up
flowers and
guard,
stuff.
like, I thought
How do we know?
you was okay with me
You
cheating.
just dating somebody's tethered and don't even know.
It's like you dating a hologram. You didn't even know it. You're just like, what's going on? So I guess I just started to kind of see things a lot differently. I know a lot of people look at the stuff that happened with me and Donald Trump as the reason that I left, and that wasn't it. It actually had a total opposite effect, where an awakening occurred within me because of that. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, there's other content that's out there. And so I had already started a production company with one of my best friends. So in order for me to be able to produce and create, I had to be kind of free from ESPN to do that. The podcast is something I hadn't really thought about. That was the one that was a bit of a curveball that kind of I hadn't in this grand plan of my podcast wasn't really in there.
What made you do that?
That's interesting though, because you got the Unbothered podcast now, but you and Michael Smith kind of popped off because of His and Hers.
I know it seems odd to say that, but I hadn't really been thinking in that direction. And then, as the opportunity kind of arose to work with Spotify, I thought, oh, yeah, that does kind of
what
make
got you back in that direction? What made you think about, you know what, I'm going to go back to that podcast. That podcast is starting to sound good.
Well, I'm a podcast fan, so I always think that it's a much more intimate platform than I think even being on a radio show. I mean, you know this too, as somebody who podcasts, is when you sit down with people and you have them in this kind of enclosed environment and you guys are just in there kicking it, you learn so much about people and who they truly are. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to be able to kind of delve into that and also just have some of the crazy conversations, much like you guys have on here every day. In fact, I guess to pay you a huge compliment, I promise you I'm not sucking up to you just because I'm on your show, but what I had in mind once the podcast became real was a Breakfast Club type of atmosphere.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
like a messy room.
Yeah.
Messy room, no food.
Well,
the problem with podcasts is you can get too comfortable. Yeah, you can get too comfortable.
No, you can't, just because the environment just lends itself to that. You don't have the commercial break stopping you. Yeah. Nobody with a bleep button. Like
right,
none of
and
that.
now you can say anything.
You can say anything
that you want to say.
Unleash on people. Because I've definitely, when we had the His and Hers podcast, I definitely told some stories on that one where now I'm just like, I probably shouldn't have said that, but hey, now you know. Because it's also an opportunity for people to learn, about you too.
Would you have Donald Trump on your podcast?
To do what? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, as a guest? Oh, No. I don't want to do that. I've never been about that. So it's just certain people that are just banned from ever being on there. But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like Candace Owens, like, I don't think I'd ever have her on.
What's the point, right?
It's not about, you know, there's a ton of conservative viewpoints I respect. Like, I love SC Cup. Like, I think she, even though I don't agree with everything she says. That's the difference,
respect, though, because I respect that.
Well, it's just, but it just feels to me, you know, that I just don't think that she really is that thoughtful, and that it feels to me like she's playing a role, so I don't want to be a part of that.
You don't just disagree with somebody like Candace. You feel like her comments aren't genuine.
I just feel like they're not thoughtful, and I think she does a lot of trying to punch up to try to boost herself and her platform, and I would feel like she would be trying to use what I'm bringing to the table to boost herself in a way that I didn't think was credibly adding to the conversation.
Well, you just gave us 60 seconds. She about to tweet you right now.
Damn it.
She about to tweet you right now.
I don't care about that woman. So it's like, look, dude, get it how you live. All right? That's not my responsibility. I'm not trying to take any money out of her pocket because I'm sure she will survive quite well without ever being on Unbothered.
We got more with Jamil Hill when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Jamil Hill still in the building. Yee.
Now, you recently wrote an article also about NFL players knowing their power. Do you feel like things are changing now within the NFL, like genuinely changing?
Well, I still think that until they get fully guaranteed contracts, it's going to always be a certain struggle. But, look, I know a lot of people didn't like the way Antonio Brown left the Steelers. It was messy. You know, that was a really messy breakup. But at the same time, you have to understand the method to why he did it. And, you know, he didn't have any guaranteed money coming over the next 3 years. People have to understand that doesn't mean he wouldn't be getting paid, but it does mean that he could be out the door at any time. Right? And we have all this energy for these players when they decide to leave or when they do what he did and force a trade. But there's no energy when an owner will cut somebody halfway through their deal. I mean,
for business reasons.
For business reasons. That's considered shrewd. That's considered, you know, doing what's in the best interest of the team. I mean, Justin Houston, I mean, he got cut by the Chiefs. I mean, he's halfway through a deal that was worth $106 million. Wow. And everybody said that was smart of Kansas City because he had been injured for the last couple years. So I think now NFL players are starting to get it. And what's really interesting to me is that they're looking at NBA players, and specifically they're looking at somebody like LeBron James, who has become his own empire. And they're trying to figure out, hey, how can I do something like that? So it was, to me, and I wrote about this, no coincidence that Antonio Brown was on the shop. And then all of this kind of unfolds because I feel like a lot of NFL players, not just him, are trying to figure out how can we get this NBA money.
But how can you, though, when the NBA's contracts are structured totally different?
To me, like, look, we will know if they really about that life when that CBA is up. Because what happens is when the CBA is up, everybody starts thinking about, like, ooh, I don't have any checks coming in. You know, they out here living like they're going to make this money forever, right? And so they tend to fold at that time. And unfortunately, in the NFL, they've created a hierarchy system so that the players are almost fighting with each other. Like, I thought it was just real disrespectful that Le'Veon Bell's own teammates kept trying to jump in his pockets. You know, he's trying to hold out for something bigger. You know, his position is undervalued. He's one of the most dynamic offensive weapons in the NFL. And to have your own teammates basically say you shouldn't be fighting for what you're worth, that's how they get undermined, because they have figured out a way to divide and conquer. When you have quarterbacks making so much more money than everybody else, it's going to create a natural crabs in the barrel system, and the owners have been successful. I just hope the players understand what the game is, and so when that CBA comes up, they need to stand together.
You know, I'm sitting there, why wouldn't you keep doing the His and Hers podcast? Because you were so successful with His and Her podcast with Michael Smith. Like, why not keep that going?
And look, I can't talk about players still under contract. One of us is at ESPN, one of us is not.
Gotcha.
And you know,
so logistically, we get it.
Yeah. Right. So, and you know, you guys know how I feel about Mike, and we never, you know, when I said goodbye to ESPN, I think we always had the sense we would work together again. And I still think that'll happen at some point. But a lot of people who were fans of our podcast have asked, is it going to be a reunion of the podcast? Are you going to have Michael Smith on? I'm like, I would love to have Michael Smith on, but that's not up to me. Or is it up to Michael Smith? That's up to ESPN. So, but no, I don't. While he's still working there, it would be very unlikely that we would be able to do that.
Is it hard to give honest opinions about somebody like LeBron now, since y'all do a little business together?
Let me clear something up. I have never received any check on it that said that was signed by LeBron James. Okay,
not what about Maverick.
Not Maverick, not Rich Paul, not Gloria James. Like you want to get to the kids too? Okay, none of them. The kids, nobody. Savannah, none of them. None of their names have ever appeared on any check that I have. But look, I told this to the Atlantic just to, because it was something I agreed to do before I went to work with them. So that's the other point to make. But I told them, look, I trust you guys. And if LeBron does something and I come with a softball opinion, you guys will know it when you read it and you wouldn't run it. And for that matter, I would have you'd have every right to give me a firm talking to if I did it. But to give LeBron some credit, he's savvy enough, understands how the media is. He knows that if I had to, write something critical about him, that it wouldn't be coming from an unfair place. I would feel like any criticism I would have for him, and this has always been the case whenever I've talked about him, has always been fair, right? And so I think most athletes, they can handle criticism as long as you're fair and you don't, sort of punch below the belt.
It's not personal. It's just about the game.
Precisely, as always.
With that being said, LeBron, the Lakers, people are saying it's not a good fit, and thinking about maybe LeBron should be on the Lakers.
No, I'm not gonna lie that
first time he didn't make the playoffs
in a long time. But I'm not gonna lie, like they definitely didn't meet expectations. They were playoff bound before he got hurt. I think he was probably more hurt than people probably knew. And he didn't tell me that, but that's just my guess.
Right.
I think that they will do some significant retooling once this season is officially over. And I fully expect next season that they will make the playoffs. But I think it was just different as a basketball fan to see him in that place, because not since his early Cleveland days have we seen that. I mean, these playoffs are going to be different to watch without him in it,
right.
And
without watching him lose again. That's the truth to the matter. Like,
look at the teams he has gone against, man. Like I get it.
You know, once I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what the media does? The media overhypes LeBron, right? The media sets a bar for LeBron so high.
They don't overhype that.
Because if you go back and watch me sign to the Lakers, they were like, he's going to win 50 games, and they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals. What about that roster made you think that?
Yeah, I would not have gone that far. But I did think they were at least a playoff team.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I think they were a playoff team. And I think we just so used to LeBron creating, something out of nothing, which he did a lot of times in Cleveland, that I think most people are wondering, and I had this thought myself, is like, is this when the slowdown starts? Mm-hmm. Because he's defied the injury odds for the majority of his career, hadn't lost a step. But I have to say, when I watch him now, I mean, he looks a little slower. I think some of that is, again, because he's more hurt or was more hurt than people knew. And it's just age. It happens to everybody, right?
Does Melo retire? Or has he to retire? Nobody knows.
I think the game might have retired him.
Yeah. Isn't that just sad, though?
Well, it is kind of sad to see him go out that way, because I think
he's not trash. He was still dropping 16, 18 points. He's not trash.
He is not trash.
But they making it seem like he's trash, which is foul.
I think what it was is that for the role that maybe he wanted to play, the role, of being sort of still the star player, that wasn't sort of possible
no
anymore.
Team, no.
I think people just assume that if he isn't playing a significant part of the offense, or if things aren't revolving around him, it's going to be hard for him to adjust. I hope he is able to come back, because given how other players, like when you talk to other players across the NBA, they love him. Yeah. Like, he's very revered, and he deserves a farewell tour.
All right, we got more with Jamil Hill. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have Jamil Hill still in the building. Charlamagne?
So you getting at Russell Turner, because he referred to the player king as
Queen.
Yeah.
What was that about?
So, so this coach, I mean, a lot of people, we've obviously had a lot of conversation about coaches and their behavior toward players. You know, Tom Izzo, you know, the way that he interacted, I think it was with his freshman, Aaron Henry, that became a big story. And, you know, I covered Tom Izzo for 6 years and known him for longer than that. And what people don't understand is that Tom Izzo is okay with his players coming back at him. I witnessed him and Mateen Cleaves having many an argument on the sideline. Him and Zach Randolph, many an argument. And him and Draymond Green, same thing. That he respects players that fire back on him. Mm-hmm. So he's okay with that. With this coach, the reason I thought this was like really egregious is, and admittedly, I'm more sensitive to it just because I'm a woman, mm-hmm. but it seems like in sports, whenever you know, coaches want to motivate, you know, young men. They do it by degrading women.
You play like a girl.
You play like a girl. You whining like a girl. You crying like a girl. You're doing this like a girl. And it's like, why do we always have to be the example of weakness? Now, I get that men are physically stronger than women. I understand that part of it. But even when it comes to mental toughness, and last I checked, women were the ones out here having babies, right? Mm-hmm. Like pulling very large human beings out of places and crevices that, mm-hmm. you know, we won't talk about mm-hmm. here. So women are tough. And so and just even what we withstand every day in society. And so for that to be your go-to insult, you know, I just thought it wasn't befitting of a coach. On top of the fact, why are you talking to somebody else's players anyway? That's a real big no-no. You know, sort of heckling somebody else's players or even having any conversation with them at all. So I just thought it was a bad look for that coach.
And even saying a woman plays like a girl isn't like an insult, though, because, I mean, if you ever watch the WNBA, they're so fundamentally sound. like if that's the case, Tim Duncan played like a woman, too. Like he
didn't mean it as a compliment.
Fundamentally sound. Like,
it's not meant as a compliment.
You're saying that because Tim Duncan is the bank shot king. And is that why?
He's the big fundamental.
The big fundamental. Yeah. So you're like, no, you can use it as a compliment, but I just rarely hear it, you know, said that way. Because like
that's not what he meant. He didn't mean
it that way. Like I think it was in like a lot of rap songs. I've heard this, a lot of hip hop songs, or you know, when they say like, you know, jealousy and pettiness, that's a female trait.
Yeah.
What? Man, oh my God, y'all petty and jealous.
Nobody more petty. This guy's name is DJ Envy.
But I'm very petty.
That's right. I'm like, how did we get, you know, how did we get the characteristics of being the only petty and, you know, jealous ones or whatever? So it just, that stuff it really grinds my gears.
No, I get it. I never even understood when guys call other guys. Like, I enjoy it. I love it. Like, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? So why would I'm trying to degrade you.
A whole nother direction.
I'm trying to degrade you. Why would I call you something I enjoy?
Right, yeah, we should call you a D. Right.
Well, I'm just going to pass on this part.
So what can we look forward to on Unbothered?
Well, you can look forward to more of me. There's that part of it. But great conversations. I got two amazing co-hosts, which we'll announce later today. And we hope to have great guests. In fact, I'm putting Charlamagne in the hot seat, so he'll be a guest on Unbothered. So we, you know, just a lot of the things that, you know, you guys observed, a lot of things people are talking about, you know, we want to bring that, you know, to the podcast environment. And, you know, people know my personality. I mean, they see how I am on social media, and so you'll get that. You know, some spicy hot takes. You'll get that as well. And so we're going to cover the gamut of, you know, sports, news, politics, pop culture, all those things, and just hopefully create an environment that's like a hang. You know, you guys have created a hang where people feel like, you know, even though it's very early in the morning, that I'm at the bar with some of my best friends. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we're discussing some of life's issues. We're yelling at each other, but it's all communal. And, you know, at the end of the day, everybody walks away with a good feeling. So I hope to recreate something like that.
Your rhetoric causes you to get a lot of threats.
I do.
It causes a lot of controversy. Do you ever think you'll get to a point where it's no longer worth the risk?
No, I don't think so. I think if you have a truth to tell, if you have, you know, something that is like really seeped into your spirit, that you have every right to expose and to tell that truth. And a lot of the things that I say, and I bet you're probably at this point too, is that I'm so shocked at what people think is controversial.
Oh my
like,
God,
I feel like I don't even say anything all that controversial.
Right.
And they're like, oh, and then next thing I know, because I can always tell when Breitbart writes about me. By the way, nobody from Breitbart will ever be invited on the podcast or Fox News. So there you go. There's two more to add to the list.
Gotcha.
But no, it's just whenever I say something, I'm just shocked at what people consider to be controversial. Like I was, we were talking about the Electoral College on Twitter, and that conversation was going, and I said, well, part of the reason the Electoral College exists, it was to preserve slavery. I thought literally everybody knew this. It's been written about 1 billion times. Historians, constitutional experts have all written this, and yet it was blog post after blog post of me, saying this about slavery. And, whenever you invoke anything about slavery, it's just a controversy. Yeah, right. So I guess, for me, I don't really care about the controversies I create, because most of the things that people consider to be controversial, I consider to be saying, hey, this, iPhone cord is white. It's like, oh, okay. I thought everybody literally knew.
What you say about white people?
What you say about white people?
It's always the things you didn't think was going to cause any problems that cause problems.
Right.
And the things you think are going to cause problems, people
people don't even care.
It just make you be like, let me just not even write anything. Sometimes
I feel like that about Twitter. That's why I don't be on Twitter.
Sometimes I want to say stuff, and I'm like, you know what? They're going to misinterpret what I'm saying. Let me just not even bother. It's not even worth it.
Well, I mean,
that's what I do, because I'm just like, this is just going to be stupid. I don't feel like dealing with it.
Because that's the one downside of Twitter, is like it does not allow for a certain amount to be context, a certain amount of context, to be had. I mean, I thought probably the most controversial thing I've ever said is that Scarface is a trash movie, right?
Oh my God! I was about to say rapper. I'm like, what?
No, not the rapper.
No, Scarface is trash.
Yeah, but everybody loves Scarface because when you look at the list of actors that are in it, you got Michelle Pfeiffer, Al Pacino. I mean, it's just F. Murray Abraham. It's an incredible collection of actors. If I told you this list of actors is in a movie about a drug dealer trying to make his way out of Miami, even though he in love with his sister, and he was. So y'all can at me, fight me, whatever, he was. So if I told you what the movie was about and who was in it, you say this movie is going to be outstanding. But you watch it, and I just have always thought that movie was
trash.
Yes.
Trash.
Like I've never liked Scarface.
It's trash.
I can name every Black Hood movie is better than Scarface.
So anyway, that's
Jamel got to leave. They've been tapping me.
Right.
He's got to go.
That's my hottest of takes right there. I saved that all for you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Jamel. Why the launches when?
It launches April 15th.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club.
Unbothered and married.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. Steve Wilkos. Welcome.
Thank you.
We missed you last time. I think you supposed to come last time.
It was a snowstorm or something.
Yeah, so it would have took us about 5 hours to get down there, so we passed.
So what is it now? Season 134 of this new show?
We just finished season 12 yesterday. We had our rap party last night, and I'm only able to be here this morning because I don't drink anymore. So.
Oh, wow. No more drinking at all, huh?
No, not after that DUI, man. That put a kibosh on that.
Stop drinking it
totally.
Yeah. What's the status of that case? Is it hard to get thrown out?
So like anybody, if you're a first-time offender, I had to go to 10 court-mandated classes. I had to do Mothers Against Drunk Driving. I had, the breathalyzer on my car for 6 months. So my court date now is just my lawyer showing up. I completed everything, and then it's totally thrown out, expunged, whatever.
Insurance must be super duper high now. Goodness.
Well, let's not talk about that because they haven't caught on to it. So.
Yeah, man. But at least nobody got injured, and that's
you know what? Listen, I mean, I make light of it now because it happened. I made a terrible, terrible mistake, and I make no excuses. But you're right. Like, it could be a lot worse. I could have ran somebody over. Could have got into an accident. Thank God. I didn't even really hurt myself.
You crashed?
Into a few poles?
Yeah, 3 telephone poles. And my car, if you saw my car, you can Google it. It's amazing that, I'm here. So
the wildest headline, I saw a headline that said, Steve Wilkos admits to lying about car crash. Like, who tells the truth?
First of all, who did I lie to? They say I lied to TMZ. And I'm like, when is it the law that you have to tell TMZ anything? First of all, somebody gave TMZ my phone number.
TMZ got everybody's number.
Harvey called me the next morning. Well, I did have some brain injury. I had bleeding on the brain. So he called me the next morning. I don't even remember talking to the guy. So what I said to him, I have no recollection. But then he was like, "Oh, well, you lied to me." And I'm like, "Well, who the f*** are you?" And I've been nice with Harvey. I've been cool. Like, our shows launched at the same time. But I'm like, it's like, Steve Wilkos lied. I'm like, okay, I went to court and I pled guilty in front of a judge. So I didn't lie to anybody, right?
He's not your judge and jury.
Exactly. So
it's interesting to go from covering all these stories that are in the headlines and then now to have to be a headline yourself. I'm sure that's embarrassing.
And, because I've never been in trouble in my life, other than being a kid. And I do a show where I try to be a role model and, people look up to me. And to have that kind of letdown it was tough, and for my kids to be exposed to that, that's the worst part of it.
Were you going through anything that night, or it was just a recreational decision?
No. In fact, I knew, I'm 55 now, so that was a couple years ago. Not that, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not any of those things. I never done a drug in my life. But I knew alcohol was becoming an issue in my life. Just drinking too much. Never drank before shows or anything like that. But on the weekends, man, I just drinking too much, and I just gave it up.
Yeah.
Well, that day, my kids were gone, my wife went to work, and it was like the championship day where the two AFC, NFC games, and I was going to have a card game at my house, and I bought alcohol for my friends to come over. Game fell apart. I was home alone, and I made a terrible decision to start drinking that day. I hadn't drank in over a year. I got really messed up, and truthfully, I wish I could tell you where I was going, where I was coming from. I have no idea. I was that drunk.
That's crazy. It said that you said also that you were dealing with bouts of depression at times.
Well, I have been for probably like the last 10 years. Really bad, crippling depression. Like when I first moved out here 10 years ago, the move from Chicago to Stanford, the pressure of the show. At that time, I only had 1 year left on my deal. You worry about a million things. I weigh 250 now. Well, then I dropped under 200, which looked like I had cancer. And I've been battling it on and off. But the good thing is, since I've stopped drinking, no more depression.
Wow. See, that's interesting. So people have to be aware what they put in their body, because a lot of times that does affect your mental health.
Since I've gone through this, and listen, man, if I could go back in time, I would never do it again. But I made a mistake, and, and it is life. Like, if you can't move past your mistakes, I regret it, but like you said, thank God I didn't hurt anybody else. I can deal with the fact that I just screwed myself up. Right. But the truth of it is, I struggled with sleep, pressure, dealing with the show and everything of this nature, and I probably dealt with a lot of it with alcohol. Well, now that I gave up alcohol, I've never been happier in my life. I sleep great. So a lot of these things that caused me problems, it really cleared up since I stopped drinking.
Any therapy?
I did see a therapist for a while. I went and talked about things, and a lot of issues were getting to me on the show. Like, we deal with a lot of child molestation and really hard cases. Yesterday we did a show about this little kid that the father broke the 2-month-old baby's ribs. And the baby ended up dying.
That's
it's just so it's getting heavy at times, and so it's like everybody's talking to me and they want their problem solved. And I didn't even realize it. Well,
you don't got nobody to talk to.
Right, like everybody, like who's going to help me, man?
Always say that. Who does the go-to person go to?
So some good came of it, because then I realized, hey, man, I need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, I was thinking that there's a lot of issues that come up on your show that I'm sure you have to think about after the show as a human being.
You try to turn it off, but it's hard. Just like when I was a policeman, I really never really took the job home. But there was times you do, like you see such horrific stuff, or you hear, and it plays in your brain, and it does take a toll on you.
I saw the case of Alexis Scott, because that was a huge case.
Yeah.
And she's missing. She was missing, and she actually, the family had to come on the show, and one of the people that was a suspect.
Yes. So we did that. We just taped that probably 2 or 3 months ago. And, and with the good thing with the family, we're helping them. We ran them some PSAs, but you do those type of stories, and the worst part about it is, I have this crazy thing that when I'm hearing these stories, and then I think about like my own kids, and like, oh my God, if this happened to my,
I hate that. Gives you anxiety like a mother.
Right. And then it's like, you got to say, stop that, because it's not happening. It's not going to, Because if you think that way, you drive yourself crazy.
I do that all the time. I call it parental paranoia. Like I see something on the news happen to somebody else's child, and immediately start thinking about my own.
If that happened to you,
absolutely.
Right? And then how would life go on?
All right, we got more with Steve Wilkos when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Steve Wilkos. Now, what's going on in Chicago? You're an officer in Chicago.
Yeah. What's
going on with the Jussie Smollett case? When you see that, it just seems like Chicago.
I'll tell you, when this first went down, I said, man, that case is bullshit, man. Because it just makes no sense. But everybody's so outraged about what's happening now, but he didn't kill anybody.
Right.
Yeah. He didn't rob anybody. Yeah. So my thing is, like what they're saying is, like, this is the way we handle a lot of cases, 5,700 cases. And it's true. I know people are pissed off and everything, but, like, the guy, he's going to pay a price no matter what, you know. So, like, you're not going to put the guy in jail. So do you really want to put this to a trial and waste any more time on this?
I guess it's a high-profile case for them. So
but right, he's high-profile. If he was Joe Schmuckatelli,
right, this would have been...
Nobody would care about this. And I don't care about it. I mean, like I said, this guy, when you're, like I said, my own situation, right? I had I had a DUI. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you're trying to move forward. He's going to have a hard time moving on from this because he's convicted in the court of opinion, right?
Court of public opinion, yeah.
Public opinion.
And Rahm Emanuel, you know, people don't realize his brother is Ari Emanuel, biggest agent in Hollywood.
Yeah. And I'm with that agency, so.
You know, come on, imagine that dinner meeting. Rahm pissed off, and Ari's like, don't worry about it.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with what they did. Like, first of all, you know, the one thing they should have got him saying is, you got to apologize, right? And we're going to make this all go away. I have no problem with that.
But he's saying he still didn't do it.
The charges were dropped.
But see, the one thing you'll see, he's not, first of all, who's giving up 10 grand if you didn't do something?
Absolutely.
I ain't giving up 10 grand. And then you're doing community service. Well, you know you did something, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is if this is true, like he was railroaded, the cops did this, wouldn't you sue? You'd be suing the city because everybody sues the city.
And if it was true, wouldn't the brothers be in trouble because they attacked him? Because they're being very quiet.
They're not getting arrested, and you know this is all going to go away.
Part of the case sealed.
Right? But if he really got railroaded, he'd be suing the city because everybody does. Well, he ain't suing the city.
Now you were an officer too when the first R. Kelly tape came out, and
you know what's crazy? Our old executive producer in Chicago. They brought R. Kelly in the late 90s. They were talking about some deal about doing a show with him. And
like a TV show?
Yeah.
Really?
This was like 1997, 98.
What, To Catch a Predator?
Shut up, man.
Well, but what was crazy was, here I was still on the police department when I was working on Springer. And all the guys that worked under me were all cops. And we're all like, what the hell's this dude doing here? And back then we knew he was a child predator.
Right, it was a well-known thing.
And I was like, hey, man. And I was like, if anything goes down with this guy, like they do a show, I don't want nothing to do with it. Like, I'm not running security. I'm not doing anything. You know.
How was he protected for so long, though?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, because everybody knew, but he was just.
Why was Michael Jackson protected? You know, I mean, I guess truthfully, if you're rich, very, successful, and people love you, I mean, you can do whatever you want, right?
I think Michael was innocent, though.
I mean, maybe, but. He's certainly guilty of having underage children sleeping in his bed. Yeah. At the very least. Who does that?
Yeah.
Whose parents allowed
He always said he would sleep on the
time.
But he always said he would sleep on the floor, though. That's the thing that people
First of all, we're grown men, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have an 11-year-old buddy that's not your son?
No.
Exactly. Who hangs out with
And
children?
then you know already that people are watching you for those things. So wouldn't you say, let me just stop doing these things?
Well, right. After the first trial, you go through that, right? And you're found not guilty. Woo! Hallelujah, right?
Let me chill out.
Why would you ever go back to hanging out with kids after that, right? Like, I mean, I watched that Neverland series with those two guys. I mean, they come across as very credible.
But they lied before, though.
Weren't they lying for him? Yeah. Now, kids lie all the time, right?
But they lied twice. He lied to kids and lied again when he was 20-something. Right. Or allegedly lied. You don't know.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like...
But then the girl took the stand against R. Kelly, lied for him also.
Right. Listen, R. Kelly's still alive. So if he did a crime, you can punish this guy if he committed a crime. Michael Jackson's dead. There's no punishing this guy. So it's kind of beating like a dead horse, right?
You think R. Kelly would get away this time? Because it seems like they're dropping the case and dropping the ball again.
I think it's going to be hard to prove.
Really?
Yeah.
They got 4 witnesses and tapes.
No, they did too before.
But these tapes, right? He's saying their ages, like the girls, allegedly, they're on the tape.
And he can say I was role playing, right? I mean,
but we also failed to realize the first time he was on trial for child pornography. This time he's on trial for actual sexual assault. If
I was a betting man, I'd say he's going to get off.
Wow.
Now, listen, let me ask you this. So we see the interview that Gayle King did with R. Kelly.
I didn't see it,
record-breaking. Would you have had R. Kelly on the Steve Wilkos show?
Damn right. Him, Jesse, get them all on.
Is there anybody that you would say, I would never talk to that person?
Probably not. If it's that where you would say that about somebody, that's a ratings booster, right? Mm-hmm. You know, and then listen, man, my show, like any show, if you're in it for the ratings, I don't care what anybody says, so... You know, you get somebody like that, that would be a huge... First of all, nobody like that's going to come on my show and take a lie detector test. There ain't no way in hell. I mean, now he's dropped charges. Come on my show, take a lie detector test, whether you set this up.
He would never.
Never.
How credible are lie detector tests? Because people always say they know how to beat it.
Well, put it this way. My son did a school project, science project, right? So he did that lie detector test, and he came in with my guy, Dan Ribicoff, and he did the... tests and stuff, and it was 100%. You know what I mean? So, like, would I ever take one? Hell no. I mean, I would never take one.
Why? What are you hiding?
Why would you hide?
No, what are you hiding, it's not that I'm hiding anything, but, like, if it came where, like, would you let anything in your life that's important to you fall into the hands of a lie detector test?
Nah, not if it's not accurate.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll say this. I did beat a lie detector test when I was younger. I had to take a lie detector test. And I lied on that thing.
What were you lying about?
I really don't want to get into that right now.
We have to know
Harvey
this.
says you lied, Steve.
You're a habitual liar, Steve.
You lied, Steve.
After I had bleeding on the brain, I just got this check. Who knows what I said? But, yeah, so I took a lie detector test and I beat it. And
how'd you beat it? Because they tell you, like, if you breathe normally.
So I'll tell you this. I was a young guy. And I was working somewhere, and something went down. I was not involved, but I knew what happened.
Right.
Okay? I knew what happened. So the company came in, they brought in a lie detector. So I came into work, and they're like, oh, you're taking a lie detector test. Well, immediately I crumbled. I'm like, oh, my God, But, like, so they called in, like, 3 or 4 other people before me, and then when it came to me, I was already calmed down. So then when I got in there, the guy goes... I had my high school jacket on my thing, and he goes, oh, you go to Lane Tech? I go, yeah. He goes, oh, I went there, too. So right off the bat, the guy's putting me at ease, And then I just went on. I lied like I didn't know. Basically,
I lied to that nice guy.
I lied because I didn't want to be a rat.
No snitching.
Ooh.
Right.
Okay.
I didn't want to be a rat, and I just didn't. I really didn't even want to be involved. And some of the dudes that I would have to say about, they were scary guys, right?
Got you.
And I didn't want nothing to do with that.
Like a blue wall of silence thing?
Cops don't take lie detector tests.
Really? They've never had to do that?
I was on the job for 12 years. I never.
Wow.
All right, we got more with Steve Wilkos. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Steve Wilkos. What do you think about snitches, too, with you being a cop? Because you just said that. Because I know a lot of cops feel like, well, maybe you shouldn't snitch if you did the crime, too.
Well, here's the thing, and I'll be honest. When I was a cop, like, I saw stuff that was wrong. But I also didn't want
police force.
Right. And I mean, honestly, I didn't want to look over my shoulder my whole career either, right? Like, you go on some crazy thing and then you end up with a bullet in you, So I wasn't, I could sit here and tell you honestly, I never did anything wrong as a cop. I never brutalized anybody. I never took money or anything like that. But, yeah, I saw funky stuff, but I just kept my mouth shut.
Does that bother you to this day? Like, man, that's kind of messed up that somebody ended up in a situation all because, and I know it was wrong, but I
never did anything where it put somebody behind bars or anything or restricted somebody's freedom. Nothing like that. But I don't have any regrets. I did what I needed to do to get through that job.
Congratulations, by the way, on your success for your show and for yourself.
Absolutely.
You and Jerry talk about the success that you've had?
Well, yeah, and it's great for Jerry because he gets paid off my show.
Yeah.
Because obviously I got spun off, he gets a piece of it, but it's crazy for it's like if you had a security guy out here, and then all of a sudden he would have his own show. And
he actually does have a security guy who has his own show.
That's
but like, it's
happening.
It is a crazy story, right? Like, I went there to work one day.
How many people thought it wasn't going to work? How many people was like, oh, yeah, it'll never work? Yeah.
But the only person who probably believed in it was me and my wife.
Not even Jerry?
You know what? At that time, I don't even remember talking to Jerry about it. Like, that's how, like, it was a whirlwind. Like, one day I was, security guard pulling people's pants down, and next thing I know, you got your own show, and that time in my life was such a blur. You know what I mean? Like, you're promoting a show, I get done taping, I was going on the streets of Chicago taping street segments, then getting on a plane and going to Knoxville, Tennessee to promote the show, and so that time in my life, I don't have a lot of vivid memories because it was just
work,
a whirlwind and a blur.
Who do you remember talking to, Steve?
So why were you pulling people's pants down?
Because Springer Show, it was like being in high school, right? I mean, we'd do it was so much fun because there was no rules. You didn't come in. There was no script. You just did whatever. And I remember there was this big fat guy who was standing on the edge of the stage, and I went behind him, and I pulled his pants down, and he had no underwear on, man.
Oh, my God.
But he ended up suing, and they ended up...
Wow, you got Me Too?
Yeah, basically. And
there's a lot of things you can't do now.
The lawyers came in from New York, and I had to sign this, reprimand, and it was like...
When they asked you why you did it, what did you say?
I said, because it's the Springer Show. That's what we do. I mean, it was,
People got to sign a disclaimer. We don't know what might happen.
And then I ran into the guy that I pulled his pants down. I ran into Kansas City and,
Pulled his pants down again.
Pulled your pants down again.
Was that awkward?
And then he pulled them back up and left my hotel room.
Why did he have on underwear?
Right, Steve. Now we know how you've been on for 12 years.
Why did he have on any underwear? That's weird.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's the thing about the Springer Show. It's like, why did anything happen? I mean, I think back now, and I'm like, how the hell did we get away with that stuff, man? I mean, we had people defecate on themselves on stage.
Oh, my God.
One girl's tampon fell out, or
how
both
does that
of them, whatever,
You tell
right?
me.
Like,
I don't know how your tampon can fall out.
Why didn't she have underwear on, right? Like, come on.
Unless it was so bloody, it slid out.
All right.
I feel like ever so often you question all of this, Steve. You're like, what the is happening?
I say all the time, when I think about, like, I was just saying out here, when I was on the Springer Show, and I eventually left the police department, so I was just working on the Springer Show. And me and my wife had a condo downtown Chicago on the Gold Coast. We lived within a mile of NBC Tower where we taped the show. The show was the biggest show in the world at one time. I mean, that was the funnest time of my life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I didn't have pressure on me because it wasn't my show.
Right.
I was this goofball that was getting paid a lot of money to be a sidekick on the show. So I just had fun all the time, Yeah. And it was the best time of my life.
Yeah,
So you haven't had fun in 12 years, is what you're saying.
It's not the same kind of fun.
Right.
Wow.
You have responsibilities.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even say it's fun. It's my job.
It's work.
Yeah.
So you got an exit plan?
He's good.
No. I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I don't have one because I work 2 days a week. I finished taping yesterday. I don't go back until August. Okay, so
what do you do during that time?
Vacation and have fun.
Well, my son's a baseball player, so he's on 3 different travel teams, and I'm going to be traveling all summer with him, watching him play. My daughter, I have a 16-year-old daughter. I have to keep,
You're about to go to college soon?
Yeah, we're doing that now. We're doing the college tours.
Yeah, I did the college tour last week.
Yeah, so...
what HBCU she want to go to?
She wants to go to California.
Oh, okay.
She wants to go to USC and UCLA. And it was funny. We were at dinner right before
My
Christmas.
wants to go there too.
And the guy goes, well, you got to write a check for $250,000 other than the tuition. I said, no, man, I'm not doing that.
Like, really said that to you?
I'm like, no,
so you was
man.
about to be on the news with Uncle
Right,
Becky?
but I'm like, no, man, I'm not writing that check. I'm like, so...
Who was the guy? They asked you that plain out?
It was a buddy of mine who was dealing with Singer.
Yeah.
But Singer was so busy,
You
he couldn't even
got
take...
caught up.
No, because I said...
I know.
I didn't even know what was going on. I said, I ain't write the
You're
check.
like, come on, that's ridiculous. You got to just get in.
If you got to pay, you probably shouldn't be there, right?
Absolutely.
Like, what's the point, So
I didn't know they just straight up ask you for the money like that.
Well, he was saying that this is the way it goes down.
Right.
Wow.
I wasn't really asked, but they were like, okay, if you want your daughter to get in USC, this is what you got to do.
And some parents might have been like, okay, so put me in touch. Like, how can I make sure?
Not me, man.
I wonder if they only do that to celebrities, or is that how it's going down with everybody?
They need to make sure it's people with money.
No, it's people with money.
I think it's people with money.
It's people
It
with
don't
money.
have to be a celebrity, though. Just
Because
anybody
my
that has
buddy's,
money.
he's not a celebrity, but he's very wealthy.
So when you saw that whole scandal happen with all of them, you was like, that's what...
Well, I told my buddy, I go, man, you almost got caught up.
Yeah.
Because his son is ready to go to college now. And he showed me, he sent me the thing. He goes, this is the guy I'm dealing with. And it was Singer.
Sheesh.
But Singer was so busy, he couldn't even deal with my friend at the time.
He was getting so much other money.
Right.
Damn.
I mean, so...
He's turning down checks.
You think Singer's a jerk for that?
Is he what?
A jerk for that.
I don't know if he's a jerk.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, money screws people up. And I mean, the guy's pulling in $25 million or whatever it is. I mean, I don't know how much he was keeping because I know he had to pay a lot of people off. But, again, it's like I feel bad for the kids that got passed over because some rich kid got But, if you're making $25 million a year or something, you're not killing anybody or selling drugs. I mean, probably pretty powerful attraction there.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, thank you for joining us.
Steve Wilkos.
Steve Wilkos. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Now, I've been called a lot in my 23 years, but Donkey of the Day is a new one.
Yes, Donkey of the Day is going to Chiquita Jenkins and John Chapman of Alabama. Now, who in here don't play about their food? Raise your hand.
I don't play about my food.
Okay.
I love food.
All right. I don't like...
Only certain kinds.
I don't like when I got something to eat and somebody asks me for some, especially if we in the same restaurant. If you like what I got, then you should have ordered it your damn self.
I tell that to my kids and wife all the time.
It's the worst.
I like sharing.
My food is my food. I'm very protective of my food, but I thank God I have never been in a position where there wasn't enough to eat for everybody, because I can see where that can lead to problems. Food is essential to life, okay? We all got to eat. And when people are hungry and it's not enough to eat for everyone, that's how problems start. Sometimes those problems can be violent. This is the case of Chiquita Jenkins and John Chapman, who are enjoying a meal at a 5-star restaurant in Alabama, okay? Alabama, okay? Enjoying a meal at a 5-star restaurant in Alabama called Meteor Buffet. All right, dropping the clues bombs from Meteor Buffet. Never been there, but it sounds amazing. I love buffet restaurants. I grew up off them, okay? Golden Corral, Ryan's. All right, what you know about that, all right? Plates were $10.98 at the Meteor Buffet, and it must have been crab leg night. Let me tell you something. If you go to a buffet where crab legs or garlic crabs are being served down south, you might need to bring your pistol. All right, because things can get hectic, and this story I'm about to tell you is proof of that. Let's go to WHNT 19 News for the report.
There's a woman who's beating a man. Plates are shattering everywhere.
A fight was happening in the food line. The sound that Officer Johnson was hearing was tongs clashing. The Meteor Buffet diners were eagerly awaiting the next tray of crab legs coming out of the kitchen.
Everyone was saying that they cut me in line.
Police arrested John Chapman and Chiquita Jenkins, who was eating at the buffet with her kids.
They have been waiting there for the crab legs for a good 10-plus minutes. So when they finally came out, it's very heated, especially if someone's taking more than their fair share.
Chapman is looking at a disorderly conduct charge. Jenkins is facing third-degree assault. Both people could end up paying a few $100s in fines, which is well above the $10.58 a plate charge at Meteor Buffet.
Dropping the clues bombs for life. I love life, man. Life is just amazing to watch. Now, I've never been a big crab leg guy. I know that sounds crazy coming from a black man from the low country of South Carolina, but I've never liked fighting to get in my food. It's a struggle to get in those crab legs, okay? I like my crab meat already deshelled, all right? It takes a lot of work to crack the code of those crab legs. I understand why people do it because, it's a good bonding experience. You're sitting around, you're cracking the crabs open, you're talking, you're dipping it in the butter. I get it, but I just don't like fighting to get in my food. And I have never fought over my food. Now, I really shouldn't have to explain to my audience why this story is stupid. I shouldn't have to explain why they are getting the credit they deserve for being stupid by getting Donkey of the Day today. These people went to jail. The money they will use to pay bondsmen, lawyers, fines, could have been used to buy crab legs for the whole hood, for your whole family. Garlic crab legs at that. Learn to share, people. It's a buffet. Look out for your fellow neighbor. If it's 10 crab legs, you get 5, and I'll get 5. If you want more than 5, then go to the grocery store. Y'all grown as hell. fighting over crab legs. It's never that serious. How do you as an adult explain to your kids that their mom and dad, aunt or grandpa, is in jail because they had combat over crustaceans? Some donkey of the days just sell themselves. Please give Chiquita Jenkins and John Chapman the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
I get it, though.
Now, I mean, you get it because you understand crab legs. You know what I'm saying? Angelique's never had crab legs.
Never. I make seafood.
You know, but I miss a reason that on Revolt TV we didn't show the pictures of the people, because today is a great day to play Guess What Racing! All right. You got a few clues here, people.
Okay.
Chiquita Jenkins.
Oh, black.
John Chapman.
White.
All-you-can-eat buffet. Alabama. $10.58 a place. Guess what race it is? Angela Yee, let's start with you. What race do you think Chiquita Jenkins is?
I'm going to say they were African American.
Oh, you think both of them, Chiquita and John, were African American?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Envy, what about you?
Chiquita, definitely black.
Okay.
John, white. And I'm going to tell you what happened. Chiquita was waiting in line for 10 minutes. John tried to jump in front of her in the line.
White privilege.
And Chiquita gave her the business. That's what I think.
So you think it's an interracial skirmish?
I do.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
Let's see who's right.
Well,
come on.
DJ Envy, you are correct.
Yes, I knew it. I knew it. See, that's the only reason you got to fight for your food. I'm standing in line for 10 minutes, and this old man trying to cut me and just going to try to take my food.
We got their mugshots up on Revolt TV right now.
I got fooled because his last name was Chapman, and I thought Tracy Chapman, and she's black.
Why would y'all think that Chiquita Jenkins was black, though?
I don't know.
Chiquita.
It was a guess.
You're only a black person would name their child after a banana. You're absolutely.
So that's Chiquita, isn't it Chiquita?
And the Jenkins at the end. That's a common slave master's That's a common slave master last name. Okay. I knew it. Chiquita Jenkins.
I knew it.
Sorry.
I
you know
figured
what you
it.
say? It's not a stereotype if it's true.
Damn.
Yes. Chiquita Jenkins and John Chapman. Chiquita's black. John is white.
See, I'm not mad at that.
Yes.
Don't try to cut me in line. I've been waiting for 10 minutes, me and my family, for this crab night. They only do crab night once a month.
That's right.
All I want is some crabs.
Do I come to your quiche night, Mr. White Man, and bull guard your line with a bunch of mayonnaise quiche?
That's right.
Out on the buffet, huh?
No, don't try to cut me. You're going to get these hands. All right, Charlamagne, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Yes, sir.
Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Ha Davis.
Oh, I'm back.
What's up,
He's
sir? You
back.
I'm back in the
I
village.
wasn't here last time.
I see, and I got a question for you, Charlamagne.
Talk to me.
Why every time somebody from Detroit comes, you not here?
That's not true. That's true.
Yeah, like I ain't never seen
Nisha
you.
the Shay, you wasn't there
Big
for that.
Sean, I was here. Royce the 5'9", I've been here.
First time I came, you were here.
T
First time.
Grizzly, you wasn't here. Both
I
times.
was here for Grizzly. That's not true.
The second time he was here. The first time he wasn't here.
The first time.
So you think he got a problem with Detroit?
Yeah, I want to know. This for Detroit. We got to know.
Oh,
This
come
for the
on,
city.
little fella.
Nah, I love the D.
Okay, look.
You love
Detroit.
the D. You love the D.
That's all we needed to
We
hear.
know you love the D.
So freak man. Yeah, that's him.
I got love for Detroit.
Okay,
though.
making sure because I had to hold the city down.
Yeah, I feel you.
I had to hold the city down.
What's happening though?
It's all good.
You got a lot of followers, man. You get a lot of views. I be wondering before what's happening with you now, how did that translate to money?
Well, the money wasn't coming at first. Like, I was just on there just doing, like, random videos for, like, 2 years before I made any money.
Okay.
You know, so I started making money probably in 2016.
How you make that?
When you build your followers, people start paying you for, like, branding posts and
I
things of
see
that
some
nature.
of your branding posts, and they're very funny, too,
Yeah.
especially when you're smoking.
Right, so I don't be trying to make it seem like a commercial. I try to make it seem real natural instead of trying to make it seem like a commercial, because then if you make it seem like a commercial, then the traffic don't come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, people be thinking that just because you get a lot of views and you got a lot of followers, you automatically got money already.
No. The money, look, Snoop told me, he said, don't get the fame before you get the money, and I didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
He said, I had 4 million followers, but I didn't have $4 million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You need you a little Fashion Nova Men deal or something. There we go.
You were known for creating the phrase, the double words.
Yeah,
and it seems like everybody's running with that now.
Yeah.
Do you hate it? Because it feels like everybody's using it too much now.
I don't hate it.
That was awkward.
I hate when people use it and don't give me credit for it. Like, people be trying to steal the wave as if they came up with it. I love when people run up to me like, oh, what's up? Oh, you ha ha ha. So it'd be cool when people run up to me and say that, but when people try to steal it and not give me credit, I'm like, okay, you stealing. I understand what's going on, but I love it, though.
But you know,
that's a black thing, though.
And sometimes things go viral and people don't know where it started, too, sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, everyone starts doing it and they don't even know.
Right.
But it started in the hood long before Ha made it, like, on social media. That's how black people talk.
People was doing it. I just, you know what I'm saying? I just brought it to light. You know what I'm saying? I just took over the internet with it.
Yeah.
And made it bigger than what it was.
I see a picture with you and Jay-Z.
Yeah, that was dope.
That's money.
Yeah, the money coming.
Now, what was that about?
Jay-Z had met with me. He told me how much he loved what I do on the internet, and the phrases I came up with, he like, I'm changing culture. And it was dope for him to reach out to me. Like, everybody who on social media, for him to reach out to me, like, it was like mind-blowing. But
how did he reach out?
Man, he sent out smoke signals. Like, everybody was calling me, like, Jay-Z want to meet you. Like, I don't even know how these people knew Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only person I knew that hit me up that I knew Jay-Z was Zoe Dollars. Zoe Dollars hit me up and told me, like, Jay-Z looking for you.
And you said Jay-Z?
Yeah, I was like, Jay-Z looking for me?
Yeah.
I didn't know what he wanted at first. I was nervous. So when he called me, it was All-Star Weekend. That's when I seen you out there. And he called me like, man, I love what you're doing. I want to meet with you and put something special together. And then we ended up meeting out in Hollywood. I can't tell you exactly what we got going on, but we got something real big coming up.
I was going to say,
Okay, something Hollywood. Okay.
It was me and Ha was in the cheap
you
hotel.
see, we were real low-key, though.
Yeah, we were real low-key. We was in the cheap hotel. We was
Wait. Where was y'all at?
No, we wasn't together. See, you kinky, man.
Hold on.
I just asked the
Where
question.
was this? What weekend was this? This was All-Star Weekend?
All-Star Weekend.
Oh,
yeah. We was far out in the cheap hotel.
I booked my hotel.
But look, all the celebrities was there.
No.
What hotel y'all was at?
I forgot the name of it.
Valentine?
No.
What was it?
We was around the corner from the Valentine. We was at the A-Law.
I was at the Valentine.
Okay.
Not only was I at the Valentine, I had the cottage. You know they have a cottage there?
That was too expensive.
It has 4 bedrooms.
It ain't cheap now.
It was cheap that weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't 4-star, but it ain't cheap.
Look, when I see you walking, I say, okay, it's cool to stay here then.
Yeah.
There's other people that waited till the last
feel
minute.
embarrassed to stay there.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
There was no room service, no doorman, it was no frills.
Is it embarrassing like you can't bring a girl there? If you met a girl and you wanted to bring her to the room?
No, it's because it was just All-Star Weekend, so you got everybody looking like ballers, so you're supposed to look like one, too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was looking real low-key.
Do you feel the need to keep up? Because you ain't got it like that yet, so ain't no need to front.
How do you know what he has?
You ain't got it like that.
I mean,
come on, why you act like that?
No, I got money, but I know what you're saying. Like, I don't got the celebrity money like some of these celebrities got. No, I don't feel the need to keep up because when I hang out with these people, I don't got a bad nothing. They be trying to impress me.
Yeah.
Celebrities lose their celebrity when they see me. You know what I'm saying? They treat me to drinks. They give me everything I need. So I don't be feeling the need to keep up.
Because everybody love humor.
Right.
So people just want to laugh.
Yeah, so I don't be feeling the need to keep up. But I got money. I want to keep my money, though.
How was it when you met Will Smith?
Man, that was dope, too. Like, the video I shot with Will Smith, I didn't know Will Smith. I met Will Smith in that video, so his people was like, we not going to introduce you yet. They said, we shoot the video and we're going to introduce you while we doing the video. So as the video was going on, I met Will Smith and I whispered in his ear, I'm like, play along, I'm shooting a video. He's like, okay. Then he just played along with it as it went on. So it was dope.
Wow, did he know you?
No, he didn't know me. He didn't know who I was at the time.
He didn't know who I was.
But he played along like he did, though.
Yeah, I know he be on social media so much now, so I figured he probably would know you.
But he invited me out there. He was doing his show, Will Smith Bucket List, and they asked me to be a part of that.
Oh, you was on that too?
No, I wasn't on that. I was like a part of the promotion for it.
Got you.
So it was dope.
So how's the transition been for you to go and do stand-up, and then now I see you're about to be in Hollywood. So what's that transition been like?
Well, stand-up a hard transition coming from social media because we believe like by us having 2 million followers, 3 million followers, we can just get up there and do anything. But I learned early though. They was throwing me in like arenas. I didn't get to start off in like comedy clubs. So my first show was in an arena like 4,000 people. It was terrible. You could have heard a mouse drop a pin in there. It wasn't nobody
laughing at you at all.
They wasn't laughing. So after I seen like it don't transition that quickly, I went back to comedy clubs and really had to learn how to do it.
So what you did? You didn't have no routine. You ain't had no set.
No, I just was trying to do what I did on Instagram, but people wasn't having it.
In front of 4,000 people?
Yeah, I didn't know because I didn't get a chance to do comedy clubs. They threw me right in front of 4,000 people.
What'd you do?
I was just the lines I was doing on Instagram. I was doing them on stage, and then I was coming up with jokes on stage, and the people wasn't having it.
That doesn't work out.
They ain't funny at all.
How did you get the routine together? How did you get the routine? Did you watch other comedians?
No, yeah, I watched other comedians, but I got a comedian named comedian Blackberry. He been doing it for 15 years, so he really taught me how to do stand-up, and he ain't write none of my jokes, but he taught me timing on stage. I had to learn timing and when to say these jokes, punchlines. I had to learn all that stuff, so for the last 2 years, I just been in comedy clubs really learning how to do that.
So I always wonder if guys like you even got to do that, meaning that That is your thing, what you do on Instagram. Stand-up is another form of comedy. Like, do you have to go do the stand-up?
You don't have to. You don't have to because, like, Will Smith never did stand-up. You see how he transitioned from doing, like, he had his own sitcom.
But he wants to do it now.
Yeah.
He was never a comedian, though.
He wasn't. I mean, the show he had, like, when he had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was considered a comedian. I would have considered him a comedian.
He's an actor.
He was a rapper.
A comedic actor.
You know he used to rap, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Name one of his songs.
Well, it depends. If it's Fresh Prince, then you got Nightmare on My Screen.
Did he write the intro for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Did he write that?
I don't know.
It's dope, though.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't never heard a Will Smith song for real?
I haven't.
You don't know Summertime?
I don't.
He's a young man.
You know Miami. Welcome to Miami.
No, he don't. How old are you, Haha?
I'm 26.
Come on, man.
I feel like they still play Summertime now, though.
Nah. Get jiggy with it.
He knows Get Jiggy with it. Oh, he knows Get Jiggy with it.
You know that one.
Look, I know Born and Raised in West Philadelphia. That's what I know.
Hey, just go ahead and tell us we old.
Y'all gotta be. I'm young. But no, I don't think we gotta do it. I feel like we do it because people put pressure on us, but I enjoy doing stand-up, though.
All right, we got more with Ha Davis. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Ha Davis. Yeezy.
In real life, when things happen to you, do you say, this is going to be so funny when I go on Instagram and post a video? Like when you had unprotected sex and you was burning.
No,
did you say, this is going to be so funny on social media?
Yeah, I don't laugh. No, it was a video.
You got burned before?
I ain't been burnt before. Not yet.
Okay. Me neither.
Not yet.
That's not wood you're knocking on.
This marble.
It's not marble either.
He wants you to knock on some wood. You
knock
got
on fake granite.
You kinky, man.
Yeah, hey, Charlamagne here acting unusual.
You kinky, man. You kinky, bro.
You're acting unusual.
You kinky over there, man.
He's flabbergasted.
Unusual.
I'm flabbergasted. Oh, man.
You're acting unusual.
But like, do you think that? Because I know sometimes things happen and it could be a bad situation, like being high on edibles, and you think to yourself, this is going to be funny later on.
To be honest, I don't laugh at myself. I don't find myself funny. Not all the time. Some stuff I watch back, but like, that's funny.
But I'm saying in real life, things happen that could be unfortunate things, but it's actually funny, like in your head. Because I know it has to be something in you that says, okay, this is a crazy day I'm having, but this is going to be funny when I put it on social media.
Yeah. So, okay, yeah.
It's relatable.
Yeah, definitely. I done been on that level of high to where I thought I was going to die. I couldn't feel my chest. I couldn't feel my throat. I'm like, bro, that's hilarious. Because when you come down from that high, you're nervous at the time. When you come down, you're like, man, that's funny as hell. I was high as hell on my mind. So, yeah, definitely.
Who you was smoking with?
I don't smoke with the best of them. Snoop, I can't smoke with Snoop no more.
Yeah,
because Snoop, his weed not from here though. Like, yeah, you feeling like an alien or something. You be outside waiting on a UFO or something. Like Snoop weed just different. It's different.
Well, you met Snoop via social media, right?
Yeah, I met all the celebrities through my social media.
And y'all cool.
Yeah, Snoop like my mentor. So anything I need, like any information I need, like if I'm finna go do something, I call Snoop like, hey Snoop, should I do this? And he be like, yeah, nephew, you should do that.
You ever get worried about telling jokes now with everybody being so sensitive about things now?
Yeah, I try to stay
away from.
The jokes like, if you heard some of the stuff me and comedian Blackberry talk about at home, we be wondering why we can't say that on stage because we know people not going to accept it. So you got to keep the jokes clean because people are real sensitive. They are sensitive. But back in the 90s, early 2000s, you can say whatever the hell you wanted to say.
How you know?
I mean, just watch it, like the shit that Bernie Mac used to say.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac ain't had no filter. He said what he felt. You know what I'm saying? But now you can't say some of that. People be like, oh, why you, this. So,
the climate change. It was a culture shift, really.
Yeah, so you got to keep it clean.
It's interesting because there was a point where internet comedians didn't get respect from the more traditional stand-ups. Now the more traditional stand-ups are utilizing the internet more. What you think of that?
For me, like that's why I ain't step off into stand-up when I first started because I ain't want them to think we just thought we can jump on stage after they've been putting in that grind for 15 to 20 years, and they still feel they type of way about us coming off the internet as fast as we did. 2-3 years on the internet now, we celebrities now out of nowhere. So for me, you know, I still respect the culture because comedy dying. Like comedy is dying.
Why y'all be saying that? Comedians are the richest motherfuckers out here.
No, I just feel like
only the top echelon ones. There's a lot of people who are striving to be in that space.
I want to know why you think comedy dying though.
I don't know. I just feel like it ain't what it used to be. I just don't feel like I don't remember what's the last hit sitcom you seen on TV?
Sitcom? Blackish?
Yeah, I would say Blackish.
Okay, Blackish.
Brownish?
Or name one more.
I mean, You can say Roseanne, but I wasn't into that. You know what I'm saying?
And I think,
Fresh off the boat.
Look, Marlon had his series, and Lil
Marlon,
Rel.
Gerard Carmichael. I mean, but those weren't necessarily hits, but they were
Right.
good.
I'm talking about I can't say I was in that era, but I'm talking about like when Martin was going on, Jamie Foxx, Fresh Prince.
Martin is still a classic. All of those you can still
Martin
watch.
still come on to this day. I think that aired in like 1990. That's almost 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, but I mean, the genre of comedy has moved on to something else. Like Kevin Hart is killing it out here. Dave Chappelle's still killing it. Chris Rock's still killing it. It's moved on to what y'all doing.
I think he's talking about sitcoms and things like that.
I'm talking about like TV wise.
Yeah.
Like the internet pop.
Like there's no Living Color.
You got Rel on right now. Like,
I'm saying, all these shows.
We should have way more shows.
Exactly, it should be way more than what.
And they should be huge.
They should be huge.
I mean, it depends what I don't know what y'all call sitcom. Like, 'cause you got Insecure, you got Atlanta. Those
I think
are
he means on
comedies.
basic like television, not on
Insecure
cable.
a sitcom?
So if you're talking about basic
It's a
television,
series.
I never.
I don't think Atlanta's a
if
comedy.
you're talking about basic,
Atlanta's a comedy for sure.
If you're talking about basic television, then you had Rel, you had the Carmichael Show, you had Blackish, you had Fresh Off the Boat, you had.
I never seen Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah, those are good shows.
I got to check that one out. But for me, I just feel like it ain't what it used to be. I don't know, because when you see all these shows that's still airing from 25 years ago, you just man, what happened?
I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you and say that the quality is the same as it was back then. I just like the new wave. Like I said, think about somebody like Just Hilarious. Think about DC Young Fly. Think about yourself.
Oh yeah, the last OG.
Like it's a new wave of comedians. You know
the internet is the new sitcom. All the comedy is on the internet now.
Yeah.
You know.
And DC and Jeff on TV now and in movies.
Shout out to them.
You and Jay doing a movie.
Yeah. Me and Jay got something special coming too.
See how he tried to throw that out?
I seen it.
Trying to figure out what's happening.
Now you talk about stuff like the Jussie Smollett situation and R. Kelly situation on your stand-up, but nah.
No, I stay away from that type of stuff because I don't know how people gonna take, especially with the R. Kelly situation. You really don't know how to, you know what I'm saying, come off with that. Because women so sensitive.
Well,
back in the day, we used to make all the R. Kelly jokes, and, you look at, like, Chappelle's show with the Pee on You sketch. Or
certain things that we've had to go through, it is sensitive.
But I'm going to tell you what tripped me out, because I never thought about it like this. We used to make jokes thinking we was making jokes about R. Kelly. But we had Lisa Van Allen on the show, and we asked Lisa, like, how did she feel when she heard everybody making all those jokes? And she was like, yo, it was frustrating because people was really getting peed on.
Yeah, well, girls were really getting peed on.
So you don't think about that perspective.
That's totally different. I ain't got no words for that.
He's like, yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's move along.
I saw you post 5 years ago. You posted your first video on Facebook.
Yeah.
It had 1 share, 1 like.
1 share, 1
Who
like.
liked it?
Who liked it?
One of the homies.
Who shared it?
One of the homies liked it and one of the homies
He still
shared
with you?
Yeah.
How does it feel when you look back on that video?
To be honest with you, I ain't had a chance to take it all in because it's happening so fast for me. I think 10 years from now, when I'm probably on the lake with my beer belly out, I have a chance to reflect on everything I've done. But right now, where I'm at, I ain't had a chance to really sit down and take it all in because it's happening so fast.
Why do you think you can have a beer belly in 10 years? You're only going to be 36.
I want a beer belly. I want to be on the lake watching my son.
You want a baller belly?
Yeah, I want a baller belly. I got a little something already.
Get the ball a 6-pack.
No.
That's when you know you're really living.
I don't think women really like skinny men like that. They out of style.
We like men who are fit, yes.
Well, I'm talking about like scrawny men.
Like skinny.
Yeah, like skinny.
Women aren't as into looks as men are into looks when it comes to women. Like, we like personality and presence more.
Yeah, I like pretty women. I don't care too much about the body part. Like, if you a pretty woman,
like the face.
Yeah, I'm a face man. I ain't really no.
They don't care about size or anything.
No, I ain't really no ass man. I'm a face man. Like, if you pretty, I like you. You my type of girl.
All right, we got more with Ha Davis when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. EJ, Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Ha Davis, comedian. Charlamagne.
You got groupies?
Yeah, I got a lot of those.
They be in your DMs?
They be in there heavy.
You ever been catfished?
Yeah, I've been catfished before.
What happened?
I've been catfished before. This chick had hit me up, and she was cold too.
Pretty face.
This is when I first started popping a little bit. Like, she had hit me up like, yeah, send me news on Snapchat. So I got to send her the news on Snapchat. Then the news got out all over Snapchat. So look, like 3 months ago.
Why you put her news on Snapchat?
No, she put my news on Snapchat.
Oh, you sent her news.
So wait.
I sent her news.
Now, slow down. Let's back up about these
You got to go
news
through it
first.
fast.
Hold on. Let me ask. I got to ask some questions.
Vulnerable.
About these news that you sent. Did you have your face in them?
I ain't have my face in them, but
okay.
I knew they was me.
Okay. And did you have lotion on at least?
No, I was ashy on there too.
And
was
was it erect or was it?
Why you so kinky? Or
was it flaccid?
About his penis, man. You kinky.
All right, Davis. Was it flaccid or were you flaccid as in limp, or were you erect at least, or semi-erect?
No, I was hard when she asked for the picture, because some of us got to be hard for it to look like something.
Oh, you a grower like me? I'm a grower, not a show.
Yeah.
So did you have that picture in your phone already, or was it one that you had to?
No, it was one. She asked me to send it to her, so I was like, all right, cool. And,
so you had to masturbate?
No, I ain't even masturbate. Like when she asked for it, for some reason it turned me on.
This turned to lip service.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is turning lip service.
This turned to lip service.
But no, so when she asked for the news, it just turned me on.
Okay.
So I was like, boom, took the little picture, sent it to her.
Were you shaved?
Huh? I wasn't even shaved.
I'm asking questions because I'm just thinking of the proper way you're supposed to do these things. So I want to see if you follow protocol. He didn't follow protocol.
No, it was the middle of the summer back there. It was all bush.
Oh man, okay. Because the bush makes it look smaller in the picture too.
I know, like you said, like I'm a grower, not a show. It had to be hard, all the way hard for me to send the picture.
Okay.
So right after I sent the picture, she gonna say, he said, she said, you know what time it is. I said, hold on, what you mean? So right there, she said, you been catfished. So I say, damn.
Oh, it was a dude.
No, I didn't.
We don't know that.
I still don't know if it's a dude or not. But I knew, like 3 days later, my news was all over the internet.
Sheesh.
No.
So somebody hit me up. People be still hitting me up like, yeah, I got your news. You got to pay for them. I say, listen,
you have to pay for them?
No, they said they want me to pay so they don't put them out.
Okay.
So I'm like, listen, them news been out here for the last 3 years. Y'all can have it. Remember that happened?
Your face is in them?
No, my face
no.
wasn't.
So I wouldn't claim it.
I got my tattoos right here. My tattoos all in.
Got you.
So you learned your lesson. Now, do you still send news out?
No, I don't send news out. I'm through with that.
You can Google it and send it to them now.
They can send me news, though.
Google it.
They send me news.
I would never understand that about
that's
young men.
what I was talking about. Comedian Blackberry, he the one who taught me how to do stand-up, though. He cold on that stage.
He the one got your news?
No, Charlamagne.
That was a terrible segue. You did that. You did that, though. That was a terrible segue.
Charlamagne, this is behind me.
She was talking about your news. You said, that's what I'm saying, and you pointed to him.
He just walked in the door.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
You still be sending news?
Hell no, I ain't never sent no news.
I can't believe.
I don't understand why young men do that.
Everybody sent news before Charlamagne. Keep it real.
News. Never.
You not even see your wife?
No. For what?
Come on, Charlamagne.
Especially with my wife. We sleep with each other every night.
He said, especially not my wife.
Especially not my wife. Why would you send news?
I can't believe that it was so easy for you to send news out.
You
got to value yourself a little more.
I was young, dumb, and full of.
Okay.
Young, dumb, and full of. And just trying to get my.
She just asked and you just sent it to.
Does that turn women on you?
If you send it right, I just think if he would have shaved, maybe people would have liked it better.
So do it turn y'all on like when guys just pop up in your DMs and just send pictures?
No, not somebody we don't know.
You got an email. You got an email full of penises.
Yeah, pretty swag at Gmail. A lot of people have sent them.
Look, she finna get 100,000 more. 100,000 more of those.
Because me and Envy look at them and we like, oh, this smells nice.
She lying.
Look, Envy say he ain't going for that. He lying.
You ain't never heard the story about Envy in the Snapchat when he got caught up when the guy was telling him he like 9.5-inch dildos?
That happened for real?
Yeah, he like toys.
It kind of happened, but it didn't happen like that. But it didn't happen. It did happen.
I'm confused.
Y'all be getting catfish like crazy.
I gotta go now. All right,
he has to go.
I gotta go. He got a hard out pause.
Hey, hold on to all the ladies here. Y'all can send news to my DMs. It's freak man. Yeah, that's me.
You gotta be careful with that in this era, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's better to be a faithful black man, find one woman and settle down.
But I'm with my girl. Me and my girl together, but we like women too.
Oh, you and y'all do that together?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not cheating.
Yeah, that ain't cheating because me and my girl like women.
But you gotta tell her. You just gotta tell her. You can't just pop up with her.
Yeah, no.
She has to know about it.
She gotta know about it. But I've been with her a year and a half.
You let her choose the women?
Yeah, she choose the women most times.
Okay. She from Detroit?
No, she's from LA.
How does that work out though? Is that like a healthy relationship y'all got?
Yeah, I mean, for me.
For me. Forget her.
She ain't never tripped about it. Like when we do it, she don't got no problem with it. So
did she propose that you guys do that, or was it your idea?
The first time was my idea. That was the first time was my
idea.
How'd
you ask her? How was that conversation?
I was like, man, I want something different. She's like, what you mean? Not like that. Like,
you only been with her a year. You want something different?
No. Cause I'm like, yeah, I want to try something different with somebody else. She's like, what you mean? You want to be with another chick? I'm like, yeah, I don't want no man. What you mean? So she like, yeah, okay, let's try it. She wanted to make sure that she wouldn't care. So we ended up doing it, and then we just been doing it ever since.
Where'd you find the first girl?
In L.A. Yeah, L.A. All the women in L.A. is freaky.
You ever get jealous when the other girl out better than you?
No, I don't think nobody can eat it better than me.
That's a lie.
I'm an eater.
A woman, you can't eat better than a woman.
Some women, probably not all women, but some women, I didn't watch me eat better than some of these women.
Really? You watch yourself eating? Teach me that trick.
And then
tell it. It's another one of ha-ha out here.
No, because I mean, I feel like in my heart, I eat better than some women.
In my heart.
No, we know we're young, so you don't eat the butt.
Who?
Oh, he from
Let
Dallas.
me stop you,
said
man.
you.
Y'all gonna have me out here. I'm gonna be a meme out here.
You say you.
I mean, we grown, we grown men, we done been down there.
You goddamn right.
I done been on that side of town.
Okay.
You eat ass. Say it.
What's the rules when you have a threesome? Are you allowed to have sex with, like sometimes there's rules where the man is not allowed to have intercourse, but he can have intercourse with his woman, but
no, we have intercourse. We do all that.
Are you allowed to eat the other girl's butt?
No, I don't eat her, no butt or no.
Is that a rule or you just don't do it?
That's disrespectful.
No, I just don't do
It
it.
feels wrong.
And you never been raw. It's all.
Yeah, it's all protected. We ain't out here raw dogging them.
Okay.
I just beat them.
Well, we'll learn more on this.
Not beat them that way. Just
We know what you mean. We know you're not beating up everybody.
Yeah, okay. You gotta clarify on these, baby. So how I beating up the women?
That's it.
Well, we're gonna learn a lot more about Ha Davis, and then he's at Caroline's all weekend. So make sure you go check it out. You can go to carolines.com.
My girl out there, she sitting out there somewhere.
Oh, you gotta working with. You gotta put them both on stage.
That white girl?
That ain't no.
I got a white girl.
That ain't no white girl.
Damn, you sell out.
She out there. No.
That ain't.
You don't just sell out.
You ain't even get on. And you selling out already.
I told you, Charlotte, been acting unusual since I got over here today. No, she out there somewhere. I told him that. You know, I had to address that. I told him on the first Detroit person you showed up.
That's not true.
You usually ain't here for the D.
Yep.
I mean, no, not that D.
He here for the D. He early for the D. Look at him. He early for the D.
You're being pushy now. You're being pushy now. Okay. Damn.
But you usually ain't here for the Detroiters though. But I'm glad you're here today. I held it down for Detroit. I had to.
You brought your gun with you?
No, what I need a gun for?
You had it in your Instagram video?
No, listen, I told you, look, I'm a pretender, and if pretending don't working, we all in trouble.
He's trying to get you locked up. You know you can't have no gun here in New York.
You can't have no guns in New York?
Hell no.
Why would you tell me that then?
He tried to set you up.
Feds. I'm straight on Charlotte, man. I see what he on.
He was about to pull out his ID. Okay.
Oh my God.
He acting different.
Well, it's Ha Davis.
He's gonna be at Caroline's all weekend too.
I'm sorry that
tonight.
we sold out. So for all people who don't get to see me, I'll see y'all next year. But we sold out all weekend.
How many shows you got?
Dope.
I'm only doing 2.
Okay.
I'm only doing 2, and then
that's a big deal, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Okay. Congratulations.
Well, it's the Breakfast Club. It's Ha Davis.